So all my curly girlies, I have had that happen to me. It's not fun, it's not pretty, I do not recommend. A lot of protein in an egg. Hi guys, I'm Noor Xarmina and today I'm at the Mashion studio to share a little bit about my daily hair care routine. So as a full-time fashion model, I get a lot of heat styling done to my hair, and I personally love my natural curls. And whenever I get the chance, this is kind of the tender love and care I give to my hair so that I can retain the curls. So this is like years of trial and error for me, and I always try to steer towards natural homemade remedies. I don't like to use synthetic products if I can avoid it. A lot of this is my mother's wisdom passed on. So first things first, and this is probably the most important step, is adding onion juice. So onion juice is not a very popular hair care product because it smells awful. It smells really, really bad. Like, I am warning you guys, if you're gonna need a really nice smelling shampoo to offset the smell. So what you'll do is you'll grab an onion and put it in a blender and juice it. And it needs to be like a very juicy consistency. You obviously don't want like chunks like this. Okay, well, you need like a really intense industrial blender. Let's pretend that this becomes juice for this. Okay. So yeah, once you have your onion juice, you just along like the scalp, you'll just add like juice, like a couple drops, and then go to a different line of hair, a couple drops, and you'll do this all along your scalp. Don't forget the back. So that's step one. Step two is sarson ka tel. So that's mustard seed oil. I've tried a lot of different oils, and again, like, I think any oil is fine. I find that this oil suits my hair texture really well. I've tried coconut and I've tried almond, and I feel like, yeah, this is my go-to. So mustard seed oil is kind of like a heavier oil. So if you have dry hair, I recommend this one. So the same way you did the onion juice, like, add this oil all along your scalp. If you are happy to spend a little extra time in the shower, I would even add the oil up until like the ends of your hair. But just be aware that mustard seed oil is difficult to wash out. Coconut oil is really easy. So if you're using coconut oil, you can just add it generously all over your hair. Now in the summer, I use yogurt as kind of like a hair mask because it has like a lot of protein in it and it adds like a really nice shine to your hair. I wouldn't use this in the winter because the yogurt, it gets quite cold on your scalp, so you don't want to get sick, obviously. So once you have your onion juice, your oil, then you lather the yogurt all over your hair, essentially. If it's winter, what I'll do is I won't use yogurt. I will crack open an egg, because there's, again, a lot of protein in an egg. So you take your egg and you just like whisk. You just whisk your egg a little bit. So you're gonna whisk the egg until you see the bubbles forming and it's frothy. So yeah, then you add the egg all over your scalp, not your hair, just your scalp. And then you jump in the shower. I always use a sulfate-free shampoo, and I use a conditioner every other wash. I don't use a conditioner all the time because I just find that it kind of dries out my hair. Very important is washing your hair with cold water when you have egg in your hair, because if you have hot water, it can start cooking the egg, and you really don't want to be washing out like cooked egg from your hair. I have had that happen to me. It's not fun, it's not pretty, I do not recommend. Also, there's so many like health benefits associated to cold showers. I shower in freezing cold water. It's great for mental resilience as well. Depending on what time of year it is and you've done your hair mask, either yogurt or egg, I like to add some fresh lemon juice, only to the scalp, because it basically cleanses your scalp really, really well, and it adds shine to your hair. So squeeze a fresh lemon, obviously remove the seeds, and add that to your scalp before you're ready to wash your hair. Something I'll do if I'm in a city that has harder water, I found that this was the case when I lived in London. Now I just do this all the time, but I'll always wash off my hair with any sparkling water at the end, because the sparkling water actually locks, like it attracts all the hard minerals out of the water and off of your hair. So that's a really great way to, you know, to counteract hard water. If you don't have like a fancy water filter, this is a really good hack. So once your hair is washed and clean, if I'm in a rush, I will use a diffuser to dry my hair. I prefer like air drying my hair, but if I'm in a rush, I'll use a diffuser. Again, I'll use it on the cold air setting because I'm always trying to avoid heat on my hair, because over time that does kind of flatten out and straighten out your curls. I know this as a fashion model because ever since I started modeling, my curl has like gone from spiral, like crazy spiral, to like a more muted wave. So heat is not recommended. So you'll just take the diffuser and you kind of want to go from down all the way up. That's how I do it. It's like, imagine you're like scrunching your hair with a hand, and that's it. And you want to be like kind of gentle in this process because you don't want to disturb your curls. Everything I do is to avoid disturbing the curl because essentially you don't want frizz. And the more you move your hair when it's wet, the more frizz is generated. And then once it's dry, it's really impossible to remove it. Before your hair fully dries, I would add like some kind of curl cream. Now, I can't recommend a specific product because everyone's curl is different. So that's kind of a trial and error thing that you kind of have to figure out for yourself. I know that I like curl creams a lot more than mousse because mousse tends to leave like the ends of my curls kind of crispy, and the curl cream adds like a heaviness to my hair, which helps control the frizz. So if you don't have very thick or very heavy curly hair, a mousse is probably a better option. So yeah, that's kind of what I do on a daily basis to keep my hair strong and healthy and shiny. And I feel like there's a lot of stigma against wearing your natural curls because it's considered to look kind of messy, unsophisticated, and I have like vowed to myself to always wear my natural hair whenever I can. And making sure it gets all these ingredients and nutrients is a really great way to enhance your curl. So all my curly girlies, stay true to the curl, support it with all this fun stuff that you can probably find in your fridge right now. And yeah, lots of love from me.